UMG CEO Lucian Grainge is getting paid $201 million this year, which is more than all UK songwriters combined. And he's drawing a lot of criticism because of it. What's your assessment of this?
Yeah. If you've been watching this channel, you should probably know by now. If this is your first time watching, I'm gonna challenge you to just listen all the way through and hear me before just reacting. A lot of people just react from their emotions. All right, how did he get this money? They had an IPO. Whenever you IPO, initial public offering, you get a lot of times you get a huge sum of money from your IPO.
Yeah.
Because the outside investors are now going to take this equity and trade it amongst themselves.
Yes.
So that initial batch goes to the initial team. All right. So he got a big, so does not mean he's going to sell it all either. They're acting like this is misleading, these titles. But because he gets this lump sum does not mean that he just like he can hold his stock. And that's where a lot of people have their fluctuating net worth, like go way up and way down. And, oh, today it's Elon, tomorrow it's Jeff Bezos. And like it moves a lot because a lot of their wealth is just in these assets that tend to go up over time. They don't just hold it in cash. So I just want to say that from the beginning that he got a lot from an IPO. Now here's the part that might make people upset. I'm not upset that he got that much money. Like there should be no cap on how good you are at something. If the public market says that this is what your work is worth, it's not a sin for them to say that.
Right.
There's a bunch of other people who say that here's what we value it at. Nobody makes people trade stocks. Nobody makes people put their money into the markets or crypto or whatever. People do that voluntarily. So what I would encourage people with high net worths and high salaries to be generous, but that is a whole lot different than getting criticism of, oh, you did too well at something. What I would say I'd like to see happen is that all these, like we keep preaching, the songwriters, the artists, the producers, you guys nobody's stopping you from educating yourself right now. You are free to go learn about this same system that he used.
Yes.
He still took a risk in having an IPO. So you are also free to go learn and put your money into, not advice, but put your money into all these different asset classes that are now being combined within this past year specifically with the music industry, especially the crypto market one, and navigate that at your expense.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So if your money is just sitting in some bank account, like, yeah, you have your emergency fund in there or whatever, but you can't get upset at this CEO and you don't make any of the same moves yourself.
That's right.
That can go past just the financials to your marketing. If you don't take any chances with your marketing, you're probably not going to get the results that other people who did take more chances, maybe they did come up with that spicy headline and they got some. Like, we get feedback on our headlines all the time. It just is what it is. You just take it on the chin. Don't get disheartened because your marketing doesn't make the biggest waves the first time you market it. Don't get disheartened when you don't get as many streams, or when you do buy some Bitcoin or Ethereum or stocks and they go down value for a second. Like, people people that are in these high net worth positions are just used to that at a certain point. So they take more risk, they take more action, and they're going to reap more rewards eventually.
Yep.
You really don't have to follow the model they set out for you either. So we're talking about all songwriters. What is this? It was UK based songwriters. I'm just trying to think, like one of those songwriters. Imagine if one of them had put their money into. You can name a bunch of assets, just one of them, and then it could have been more than like we just talked about, not on this episode, but Ryan Leslie on another one. I don't know if he has 200 mil, but I do know that he put his money into, or he started to take payments and Bitcoin, and he was just thinking differently. He didn't follow the set path that was out for him. So when they tell you, and we advise you put maybe like 10 to 15%, maybe 10 to 20% of your marketing budget towards Spotify playlisting. But like while everybody else is focusing on that, Ryan's over here doing something else.
Come on.
And like when we say, hey, here's some other stuff that you can focus on, and even in our videos, most of the time when people click, it's on a Spotify headline. It just shows that most people still aren't like. If you are one of the, I'm probably talking to like 3% of people right now that of the people who are even listening. So if you are one of these people who made it through this point in the episode, you have the choice to act on the information.
Facts.
Nobody is holding a gun to your head and telling you to, I don't know, put all your money in bonds or something, or continue to. You have to market on. You don't have to market on Spotify. There's nothing wrong with Spotify right now. It's not the most innovative anymore, but think outside the box. We're supposed to be creatives. But at the end of the day, the ones who are going to take the action on the information they learn are going to get the furthest ahead.
That's right.
So, here's what it is, guys. Study the system. Like I said, there's nothing inherently wrong with him receiving that much money. Just not. He didn't really do anything immoral to receive it. So, might rub some people the wrong way. But if you just listen to the information and really chew on it, or feel free to write in the comments.
Facts.
What you think. Reason why it might be a good idea to have more conversations between capitalists and socialists is that it only takes so much time before socialism starts to break down.
Facts.
So, with that said, thanks for watching, guys.
Yes, sir. Signing out.